Welcome to day 77 of the Seeker's Guide to Soul Contact. The theme for today is the will of God. So how did you do yesterday with the affirmation? Are questions coming in a little easier? How about the answers? It is important that you listen after having asked yourself a question. Sometimes in silence, a flash of light or insight will come. This is evidence that you are receiving from your soul. Focus and continue, and results will come. We will now look at some questions and answers that may have entered your mind. Perhaps you had your own just as valid, and that is fine. Examples are given to assist those who are ready to learn. The first line of the third stanza, which we talked about, reads as follows: "From the center where the will of God is known." The obvious question to ask is, where is the center where the will of God is known? Most esoteric students would say that that center is Shambhala, wherein resides Sanat Kumara, the Ancient of Days. He is the highest representative of the will of God on the earth. He and his associates represent the head center of the planet. The Christ and his associates represent the heart center. Many contemplate this far and stop, but there is more. The creations of God are vast indeed, and there are many centers where at least a portion of the will of God is known. There is the logos of our planet, which has an awareness far exceeding our own. Then you have seven very advanced beings called in the Bible the seven spirits before the throne of God. Above them, you have the solar logos, and then a logos over seven solar systems. If we could ascend high enough, we could arrive at the one great life, which we call God. I'm sure he has plans that would boggle the minds of many of the great ones. Fortunately, there is a connecting thread that links the highest life with the lowly, self-aware units we call humanity. Each self-conscious unit has within it a center where the will of God is known. And from that center, even a single human can sense his part in fulfilling divine will. The center in the human body related to will is the crown chakra at the top of the head. And from thence are elements of higher will distributed through your entire being. There are many things going on in your being of which you are not aware. We, however, desire to become aware of higher will so we can be conscious contributors and avoid being unconscious obstructionists. Your soul has a sense of the part you are to play in the current life in manifesting the will of God. If you can therefore focus and listen, you will get impressions about what you are supposed to do. If you follow a true impression when it comes, then you will be given more. The more you respond, the more you will be given, and the stronger will be your sense that receives. Notice that the wording refers to the will of God is known. The will of God cannot manifest unless it is known, for the disciple has to do his part, and he must know a portion of that will. We assume that the Christ and the Ancient of Days clearly perceive much of that will, but we have a responsibility also. We must find and know of that portion that belongs to us. This brings us to the next question. Ask yourself this: how much of the will of God do I know? This question will be your seed thought for today. Do not say that you do not know any part of the will of God, because you do, and you will discover this in the next lesson. So do not claim ignorance and avoid seeking the answer, because you do know parts of higher will. You know more than you think you do. And that's the affirmation of today is, I know more than I think. A lot to think about. And if you missed any of the classes, we have them recorded. You can access them here or on our website at freeread.com. We also have thousands of free articles there on lots of spiritual subjects. See you tomorrow.